and welcome to another episode of Melissa's Menu. It's almost September. Public schools are back in session, college has started, and my wedding is right around the corner. Okay, no more talking about the wedding. Mike was on our last show, as you remember, doing our newlywed cooking show. Tonight, our theme is college cooking. There's so many great recipes that college kids can make. Super quick, super easy. They can be made using your refrigerator, a microwave, and a toaster oven. So I have two college students on the show tonight, Sam Westgate and Chelsea Johnson. Come on over, girls, and say hello.
Hello.
Hi. So tell us a little bit about yourselves. What colleges are you guys going this fall?
I'm going to be at Bridgewater this fall.
Okay.
It's my junior year.
Okay, Chelsea?
I'll be at Massasoit, and it's my freshman year.
Yay! So what are we making tonight?
Sweet and saltine homemade Cliff Bars, barbecue chicken quesadillas, and homemade macaroni and cheese in a mug.
Yay! So do they sound pretty good?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So first we're going to hop over here. This is our setup for our first recipe. We're going to be making our homemade Cliff Bars. Have you girls had those before, the ones you can just buy at the grocery store? They're like little protein energy bars. So we're making homemade ones right here. These are going to be a lot more healthier. So a couple ingredients we have. We're using Rice Krispies. We are using some quick oats, some ground flaxseed. Now I use this a lot for my shakes in the morning. It's got kind of like a nutty flavor, but it's super healthy for you. We're using honey. If you don't have honey, you could use maple syrup. And we're using any kind of nut butter that you have. Probably peanut butter is, I guess, your typical one that you might have at the dorm. I'm using almond butter. I've never used this before, so I can't wait to try this. Have you girls tried this before?
No.
Almond butter? All right. A little bit of vanilla, some dried cranberries or raisins, whatever you have is fine. And then just some chopped nuts. You can use walnuts, pecans, really anything that you have is fine. Are you guys allergic to anything?
No.
Before we start, okay. I thought I should just make sure. And then this is optional, some ground cinnamon as well. We're using an 8x8 pan. I just brought mine from home actually, but you can just buy the cheap, the aluminum foil type pans at the store. So girls, I'm gonna have you come on this side over here, and I'm gonna kind of direct you on what we're gonna be doing. So we have 1.25 cups of the Rice Krispies cereal. Okay. Sam, if I can have you pour a cup of the oats right there. And I'll have Chelsea do 2 tablespoons of the flaxseed. Let me grab you, grab you some measuring spoons. That's a tablespoon. And you're just gonna put it right into this bowl right here. So these are great, by the way. They're great for breakfast. This is going to make about 12 servings. You can cut each one individually. Just wrap it in some foil or plastic wrap actually. Stick it in your fridge or freezer for a little bit. So flaxseed, like I said, very healthy. It does kind of have a nutty flavor, but I've heard it's healthy. I've heard it's healthy. Okay, Sam, if you can just mix that together. Yep. This one we're adding our honey. Now I had this from home. I just grabbed this. Again, you can just use maple syrup if you like. So, Chelsea, why don't you take this? We're doing 1/3 cup of the honey. And we're doing 1/2 cup of the almond butter. It looks just like peanut butter. I just want to tell me what you think. It smells good, right?
Oh, yeah.
So put
like
a 1/2
butter.
cup for that, and there's a spatula right there for you. And I forgot one ingredient. While you guys are doing that, we're adding some dried fruit to our dry mixture over here. Just about 1/4 cup. You can just kind of eyeball it. I had these in my cabinet as well. These are dried cranberries. If you have raisins, those are just fine as well. Okay. Great, you guys are awesome. Now tell me, do you enjoy cooking or no? Be honest.
I like baking.
You like baking, okay. I feel like you either like baking or cooking. Like you're either really good at one or the other, or you enjoy one more
Yeah.
more so than the
Yeah.
other. I like cooking more so than bacon. It used to be the other way around. You can put that in here. One tip I forgot to mention, an easy way to get the honey out of the measuring cups is to spray it with some Pam, which I did not do. But I'm just giving you a heads up, that's an easy way. And then you can add that when you're done. So I'm adding a 1/4 cup of chopped walnuts. Okay. So we have our mixture out of the microwave. Girls, if one of you could just mix that up. And after that, we're going to add a teaspoon of vanilla, which is right there, Chelsea, if you want to grab that. And there's some measuring spoons right in there. A teaspoon. Oh, that came out great. See, you can easily make this without using a stovetop.
I know, and they're like kind of expensive when you're a broke college student.
That's right. She actually made a really good point.
Let's go in there.
Yep, right in there. Okay, and now we're just gonna, if you want to pour this in here, and I'll mix this together. It's supposed to be a really thick, sticky consistency. And I'm gonna add, while you're doing that, a little teeny bit of cinnamon. I love cinnamon. All right, perfect. I'm just gonna add a little bit. There's no set measurement for that. Okay, so these are our bars. These will be. Now we want these to set for about 30 minutes just so they can kind of get, stick together and kind of get hard. And then we'll cut them afterward. So if you want to put that in here, and we're gonna just press that down. So what about you, Chelsea? I know that you said that you were this year going to be, this is your first year, correct?
Yeah.
Now, what are your plans? I heard you say for next year you're thinking about changing colleges. Is that correct?
Yeah, either next year or the year after, I want to end up going to Bridgewater.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what are you girls studying?
I'm studying communication disorders.
Communication disorders?
Yeah, so I want to be like
What
a
is
speech
that?
pathologist.
Wow.
Yeah.
Great. What made you decide, like, have you always been interested in that? Or
Yeah.
What?
Yep.
Okay. And what about you, Chelsea?
I'm going for elementary education, so I can be a teacher.
We always need teachers. Good. Excellent. All right, if you want to pop that in the fridge.
Yep.
So next up is our sweet and saltines recipe. And I was talking to Sam a few minutes ago, and you're saying that your mom makes these every year.
Yep, she makes them for Christmas and Thanksgiving.
Okay.
So they're really good, yeah.
Have you had them, Chelsea?
Yeah.
They're so good, and they're not great for the freshman 15. Just giving you a heads up, there's 2 sticks of butter in this recipe, but they're super good. So first, I'm going to have you pop the 2 sticks of butter in the microwave. Again, you can make this on the stovetop or the microwave, and I'm thinking you girls would be using your microwaves more so than anything else. And Chelsea, why don't I have you spray the 2 pans? Now, I have just 2 small pans like this. And I purchased these because I'm thinking of the college kids. Now, you can just make a regular a baking sheet, but we're just using the 2 small ones. So Chelsea, if you could spray the 2 pans. And great. You can just spray some more actually.
Okay.
Yep. And so we have our 2 sticks of our melted butter. Now we're just taking our saltines. Take a full sleeve if you have an actual regular size baking sheet, and you can fill the whole thing with the saltines. This salt side down, and just kind of make rows if you guys want to both get those ready. And I'm going to get our brown sugar ready. I just added a full cup of light brown sugar, by the way. And all we're doing is mixing this up. Now I just put our stove on, I preheated it, and I know I talked about how this is how these are recipes for college kids. If you have a toaster oven, this would be great. These little trays fit perfect inside. I actually forgot mine tonight, so we're using the regular oven. And if I can have you pop this back in the microwave. And we want this to be a nice caramel color, which won't take very long at all. So you have our crackers all set. Great. This is exactly what you want to look for this recipe. It's nice and hot, and I'm just going to have the girls pour half over each pan. Okay, and you can just use this. Just make sure you cover all the crackers, which shouldn't be very hard. Yum. You really cannot mess up this recipe. It's so darn good. If you don't have brown sugar, you can use white sugar. Brown sugar is just simply white sugar with molasses in it. Excellent. Make sure they're all kind of sopping. Yep. So now what we're doing with this recipe is we're just popping it in our toaster oven or oven for about 3 to 5 minutes. Perfect. Do you have more for that? Okay,
Yeah.
great. I brought these to my regular job last week and everybody was raving about them. I can't believe I just found this recipe. I think it's been out for quite a while. But this is great for if you're studying at night, for breakfast, for me anyway. I eat chocolate for breakfast almost every single day. No joke, I do.
You could put toffee on it too.
Yeah, exactly. Good point. You can put toffee on this. Really anything goes with this recipe. And all of these recipes are very versatile. So if you whatever you have in your cabinet or at your dorm room, just put it in there.
Some Reese's.
Anything. Reese's peanut butter cups, anything. So this is in the oven for about 3 to 5 minutes. And then after that comes out, we're just taking our bag of chocolate chips. Calls for about a cup. Last time I used the entire bag. So, because I love chocolate so much. So, we're gonna hold tight just for a minute. Now, Sam, tell me about your school before you're going to Bridgewater State, you said.
Yep.
And where were you last term? Where were you last year?
Bristol Community College.
Where's that located?
It's in Fall River. So
Okay.
I got all my general studies done. So
Okay.
now when I'm at Bridgewater, I can just do like my major.
Excellent.
Yeah, so all my math and science are all done and everything. So.
What was your best subject? Like, what was the easiest for you?
I like English.
English?
Yeah.
Okay. And what was like your worst that you?
Math.
Math, yeah, that's the same. I'm like horrible in math.
Yeah.
And Chelsea, so this is your first year.
Yeah.
What do you, like, what's your kind of, what area are you good in?
I'm pretty much doing the same thing Sandra, getting that away, but I really actually like math,
Okay.
and I actually don't like English.
Oh, okay.
Or history. I don't like history.
Yeah,
either.
I was never good in history,
Yeah.
and I was horrible in math.
Yeah, I have to take a
hate
history
math.
class this year.
Yeah. You have to take what?
I have to take a history class this year.
History, yeah.
Yeah.
So you have to kind of start from where she was and just get
Yeah.
all your
Yeah.
basic courses out of the way.
Yeah, my math class is actually geared towards my major, but everything else is just like prerequisites and everything like that.
Okay. And Alyssa, who is their cousin, who's soon to be my future stepdaughter. So she's going to school this fall also. This will be her first year as well. She's going to UMass. And I think that's kind of what her plan is too, is to
Yeah.
just get everything out of the way first. And how many classes do you have this coming semester?
I have 5.
So you have a full load.
Yeah.
And how many do you have? Okay, wow. And you're still going to both be working.
Yep.
Great.
Yep.
Very good. So I'm going to check on our sweet saltines. Yep. You want them boiling just like this, so the butter is, here they are. And put that right there. Okay. These are very hot. And just a few minutes, these will just melt by themselves, and then we'll just take a knife and spread the rest out. And don't skimp on the chocolate chips.
Nope.
This is my favorite part of the whole recipe. So do you guys have like big celebrations on the holidays at your mom's? Because it's my understanding that your mom's a really great entertainer and cook.
Yes,
Well, I
she
just
is.
went to your house last weekend.
Yes.
And it was awesome.
She throws parties, lots of parties.
Yeah?
She goes all out.
Yeah, I can tell. She's all about details.
Yeah. She likes.
So who does the cooking in your home? Your mom or your dad or both?
They both do it, but my
Yeah.
dad's a better
Yep. Oh, oh. Oh, and her mom's in the audience tonight. Chelsea, do you enjoy cooking at home, or does your mom do it, or both you guys?
My mom cooks.
Yeah.
I don't
And
really
say
cook.
the right thing. Is she a good cook?
Yes. She actually, all her cooking reminds me of my grandmother's.
Oh, nice. So you have nice memories of your gram.
Yes.
Good. See, as you can see, this is already starting to melt. Oh, this looks so good.
I know.
And we're gonna pop these in our freezer just to speed up the process. You can put them in your fridge. You definitely want to put them in until they get nice and hard, though. Those came out great, Chelsea, too. Excellent. I love you guys cooking tonight. I'm like barely doing anything. This is great. After we pop these in the freezer, it just takes about 15 to 20 minutes, and then they'll just break right apart.
Melting so easy.
Yeah. So would you make this at school?
Yeah.
Okay. So 2 for 2 so far, right?
Yes.
All right. In just a minute, when we bring these to the fridge, we'll check on the granola bars. You guys work so well together. I'm going to pop these in. Okay, so next up is what?
Chicken quesadillas.
With
Barbecue.
super simple, right? Actually, you could tell our audience what are the ingredients.
Okay, so we have barbecue sauce, cheese, shredded cheese, tortillas, chicken, and
Green onions.
green onions.
That's it. If you don't like green onion, no big deal. You don't have to. You know, when I was making up this recipe, okay, that was a lie. I didn't make up this recipe. I found this on Pinterest. You can always add, I was thinking when I was writing it down, you can add black beans, corn. Do you guys like both of those? Or I guess
Tomatoes.
tomatoes. What else
Yeah.
could you put in it?
Onions.
Yep. Like regular, maybe
Yeah.
diced red onions, or
Yeah.
if you don't have chicken, you could just do like a black bean and a corn tortilla together, or just like a
Cheese.
cheese one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you guys know how to make. You guys make those at home.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. So this is all we're doing. I'm going to have you girls put. This one already has one. Chelsea, if you want to put another one on that plate, and we're just going to build our tortilla. Tortilla. Sorry, you really can't mess up this recipe. While you're doing that, why don't I have you spread a little bit of cheese? Any kind of cheese is fine. Do you guys have a preference on what
Nope.
kind of cheese you like? Okay. And while she's doing that, I'm just going to chop a few green onions. I love green onions. They're more mellow than your regular Spanish or yellow onion. Okay, great. And chicken. Let's talk about this for a minute. Girls, could you grab me a cutting board over there? Sorry, I forgot. So I purchased, which is kind of pricey, and I don't recommend this if you're in college because they're trying to save money, but they have these Shortcut by Purdue, and they're already cooked chicken pieces. So what I was thinking you guys could do is like the canned white chicken. You could just drain a can of the white chicken and put it in here as well.
Yeah.
Unless you can get this on sale, this is kind of pricey. So, or if you have some leftover shredded chicken, if you've got like a rotisserie chicken 1 week or something like
Yeah.
that, you could always do that too. So just kind of cut this into like little bite-sized pieces. And I'll have you kind of spread that in the middle over there. You want to just spread your cheese out a little bit more though. Yep. And I'll cut some more of the green onion. I actually never eat quesadillas, and they're just so easy and quick. So I think I'll start making
It's my
these.
favorite.
Is
quesadillas,
it?
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. What about you, Chelsea?
I love them.
Yeah. And they're cheap. I mean, you can buy a package of those for like $2,
Yeah.
and then just some shredded cheese if you're, really kind of strapped for money.
Which will be happening.
Yeah. Now we're just going to take our barbecue sauce and just drizzle some on. Great, great recipe for college kids. as little or as much as you want, and I'm going to start to put just some green onions on here. And then, perfect. Doesn't it smell good too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the smell of barbecue sauce.
I know, I do too. Any kind of barbecue sauce
Yeah.
would be great. I got that for 99 cents the other day.
Yeah.
So, sprinkle some more cheese on top. And then all we're doing, folks, is popping this in the microwave for about a minute. If you have a stovetop, they come out a little bit, you know, brown and crunchy if you do it on the stovetop, but no big deal if you don't. We're just gonna put these in. I'll have Sam put these in the microwave because she knows how to use it. Just kind of spread it out like that, press it down. And that is all she wrote. And there you go. And we're gonna try these in a minute. We're microwaving this for 1 minute. Okay, you can take it out. Okay, they look great,
I know.
right? Okay, they're a little bit messy, so whoops, my bib. Okay, let's try these. Don't worry, I washed my hands last week.
What have you done in the last week?
All right. Oh my gosh, these look awesome. All right, Chelsea, try that. And if it's not good, pretend that it is. Same thing with you. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, on the count of 3, let's try these. And we're gonna look at the camera. 1, 2, 3.
It's good.
So good.
So good.
Could not be more easier, right?
No.
I'm so hungry. These are good.
These are really good.
Okay, so we're up to our last recipe. Have you guys had fun so far?
Yes.
Yes.
A lot of fun. Thank you for having us.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming. So we're doing, can you guess?
Macaroni and cheese.
With, or I should say in,
Cups.
we're using these cool, I got these at the dollar store the other day. Just some big mugs. If you don't have a mug, you can use a bowl. But this is a healthier recipe than your regular macaroni and cheese, although I do love Velveeta and shells and cheese. Do you guys like that?
Yeah.
It's like my favorite. I love mac and cheese. It's such a great comfort food.
Yes.
So all we're doing is taking, let's double this recipe. So 2/3 in each one. Chelsea, you can do that one. Sorry. And I'm gonna go over to the sink. And normally, that's okay.
It's a pourer.
Okay. I'm gonna run over to the sink. If you're making a single serving, which is a 1/3 cup, we're doubling it tonight. You'll want about a cup of water. So. All right, so I'm just gonna pour this in here. Have you ever made a homemade mac and cheese like this?
No.
No.
My dad tried to make like a 5-cheese mac and cheese once.
Okay.
But well, it didn't come out too good.
Oh. Okay. Hopefully your dad won't be watching the show. Now I made this recipe earlier and I burned it. Just giving you a heads up. So I hope this comes out better. And I spilled it all over the microwave. So with that being said, I'm gonna grab a paper towel just to put over the top. This is actually going to cook for about 6 minutes. And we wanna kind of shut it off halfway through and stir it, okay? So put that, if you wanna pop that one in the microwave. For about 3 minutes we'll start. That can go after. Okay, so we just took out the macaroni and cheese. You do want to make sure you check on it about every minute or so. But see how it's definitely cooked, but it's not, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Squishy, thank you. And you want a little bit of the pasta water still in the bottom, which there is. If you want to add the cheese in, we've just got about a 1/3 cup cheese. And then just a splash of milk. And just mix that together. And this is the whole recipe. You can add salt and pepper. We just talked about some combinations, maybe some diced ham, hot dog pieces, dog food. I know, I just said that.
Chicken.
Chicken, barbecue chicken, the chicken that we just had.
Buffalo chicken.
That looks really good, actually.
Yeah, it does.
And the jack cheese makes it nice and gooey. That looks awesome. I can't wait for you to try it. Don't eat the whole thing. You can be our first guest.
All right.
It is pretty good.
Very good.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
Chelsea, there's a fork right there. Try some. Britannia's
Very
like the
cheesy.
That's really good.
Britannia's like the best you ever had.
Oh my goodness, I love this.
All right, I want to try some now. Quit hogging it.
It's really
This
good.
does look good. I mean, if you don't have this kind of cheese, any kind of cheese is great. So, good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Maybe a little bit more.
That's really good. Super cheap too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, girls, we're done. How did you like everything?
Everything was so good.
Do you have like a favorite one that we made?
I like the chicken quesadilla.
What about you, Chelsea?
I like the one with the chocolate.
The chocolate, ooh, my kind of girl. So we're gonna cut into these. Before we do that, I'm gonna close out the show. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Melissa's Menu. Special thanks to Mike Mata, the California plumber, and A.L. Pedrozzani and Sons Painting Contractors for underwriting Melissa's Menu. Thanks, girls, for coming on.
Thank
you.
It was such a fun time.
Me too.
All right, let's dig in. These are our granola bars. They look awesome. Okay. Is it good?
Oh, very
my
good.
goodness.
Yeah.
Wow. Those
That
are
is good.
so good.
Yeah.
I'm going to cut the chocolate. Okay, try these. Oh my goodness. Wow.
It's like
They're really
salty
good.
and sweet.
Mm-hmm. It's a perfect combination. She's right.
Mhm.
That's all the time we have tonight. Yay.